All right, I went to the courthouse today and asked who the prosecutor was because I wanted to meet up and talk about the evidence, or at least I told them that I wanted to get the evidence once the prosecutor has it. I was given, and I guess I can't show paperwork. I was given the card of Craig F Newbern, Jr., Assistant County Attorney, and I looked him up on the internet a little bit, saw a picture of him, saw that he's been in this role for 9 years. So I think the cops have a lot of confidence that he'll push it to the end. And as far as I understand, on Lackluster's channel, when he highlighted the lady who knocked on the policeman's door, who said that they couldn't, the policeman couldn't see. He was a canine guy, some sheriff with the McCracken County Sheriff, which the office isn't too far from me. I'm just in the library parking lot. But he arrested her. I guess I need to watch it all. I only watched halfway through. But that case is still ongoing. It's still active and open with this lady. What's her name? I don't know the exact details. I'd have to watch Lackluster's video again to understand the details of that case. Started in August and still active now. So mine's just started last night, so it looks like I'll be here for a while. I guess I'm spending the winter in Paducah, Kentucky, fighting for my freedom, and there's a few steps to take. So I found out the prosecutor. I'm gonna wait. I think he's got 2 weeks. Is going to be within a 2-week time frame before my next court date, which is January 18th at 9 in courtroom D. I can't show that paper, I guess. So I'm asking questions in between now and then, because you can. I went up to the second floor. I was directed to the second floor and told that the prosecutor was up there originally, and they told me on the second floor that that's only for felony cases, and that my prosecutor's on the first story. And I still don't know. I never really asked. Is the judge going to be a city judge or district judge? I don't know. But yeah, I was handed more paperwork than I have. The jailers let me read the cops' reports, and they talked about my cracked windshield and things piled up too high to see, so they need to see my insurance whenever I drive. So I'm facing getting pulled over just over a cracked windshield. They can't see my license plate in back, and the car is piled up too high. And why were they jumping on that? They were talking about that last night, and of course I couldn't record it all because these cameras were dying on me. This camera up here died after a minute and a half because of the cold. It never dies. The GoPro 360 never dies, and it died last night after an hour and 30 seconds. The only camera that survived was my necklace camera, but I turned that on when I was getting put in handcuffs because I wanted to record that stage of the interaction, because I didn't know how long the conversation was going to go. Even this camera, oh, it's in the bag, that I set off to the side, died after a minute. So I got really short clips. These cameras died. All right. So I got to be aware of that. When it's 25 degrees, these cameras cannot do good. They struggle, they sputter, they just don't do good. I need to keep them warm somehow, sleep with them so that they stay warm. And that's why the necklace cam stayed on for over an hour, but I mean, I only got a few minutes after the arrest of the footage, and that's why I don't think it showed up on my camera. I need to see the body cams, but one cop told me to stop resisting, but that's because I was turning on that camera, this necklace cam, making sure that it was on, and and he got the impression that I was resisting. So when I was at the jail, they had me sign like 15 times, and I couldn't see a single piece of paperwork. So as far as I understand, the last video that I just kind of talked about the case last night, it's in the Walmart parking lot in 20-degree weather. The paperwork, let's see, the paperwork. Oh yeah, I saw more paperwork than when I showed last night or early this morning. Just the cops. I thought the cops they had some really weak arguments, but I mean, I was not given that. I was just allowed to read the cops' report, and they didn't give it to me in the end. And I didn't think to ask for copies of it. So I'm starting to, I guess I can't show this. I got my mug shot, jacket number, booking number. I'm on a own recognizance. I didn't pay anything to get out. I didn't really step in a jail cell. I was just processed and released, and then I had to walk 3 miles, to Walmart, and then I had another mile to get to my car. And it was, I mean, I was warming up. It wasn't really windy. If it was really windy, it'd be really bad. But my hands were hurting. I was feeling a little faint in the heart. It was that cold. Because I mean, I wasn't really prepared for that kind of cold. I wasn't prepared to be so exposed as I was. I only had a jacket. I had my blankets. I had like 6 blankets on me. And then the cop says, and I forget the officer's Winter. I have to look at his name again. And I kept repeating his first name, like Raymond or something. On body cam, I made sure to annotate. So I made sure to speak out their names and anything I saw around me. Since they were documenting me, I wanted to document what I saw around me. But yeah, this case is kind of moving slow. I looked at into the public defender, but I'm going to hold off on signing up. I see the reviews that people don't like these public defenders. So I want to get the paperwork, all the evidence. The cops took pictures and video, and then wrote that report. Let's see. I just want to get the evidence first. I made the verbal request, and I left an email, but I guess I'll be checking back daily with the courthouse to see if the prosecutor got anything. It's too early this morning. They didn't even have a case number for me. The clerk said that I could go to the sheriff's office to get a case number, and I said, oh, I'll just bring the case number back to you, and she didn't sound like that would help me research what they have on me in their clerk's office. So I don't really see a reason to talk to the sheriffs at this moment. I'm curious about the relationship that they have. I want to talk to the sheriff's department about how many calls has the church made to the sheriff's department and even the city police about break-ins and drug activity. All right, so how many reports have been made in the past year? All right, I think that'd be a pretty easy question to ask. So I want to ask that with the sheriffs. That's something to visit them for. And then that's really all I have for questions. Oh, and then when I was at the jail, I mentioned that I thought it was interesting. They had me sign 15 times, and I couldn't look at any of the paperwork before I signed, and one of the jailers said "F you," or kind of hushed, but not loud enough for me to hear. And it sounds like they're saying they don't care. All right, they don't want me to read the documents before I sign them. You sign 15 times, you don't read a single thing. They bull rush you through their documents, and you don't know what you're signing. I signed them all. I didn't protest, but this is something that I think is a civil rights issue, not having proper due diligence on the paperwork. They just have you sign without looking at the documents, and it's something else. It's not something I've seen in other jails. This is arrest number 6 for me. So I have some experience with these documents, and I've gotten pressured, like in Natchitoches, Louisiana, with the nurse. She was trying to pressure me through the documents and signing with the medical clearance. So she showed them to me, but she's like, "Oh, it's just, you know," she tried to summarize them for me and just sign it. You know, it's just this. It's about blood tests or something, and just sign it. But she still had to show them to me. She wasn't just like, just sign and that's it. So I would like the trespass lifted from the church. I'd like to look into that. I'm waiting on the discovery request. I don't know if I need to make a formal request. I can look into that. I haven't yet. I just kind of ran over to the prosecutor's office and established, set the process in motion as best I could, and then now it's something I just check up on on a daily basis for 2 weeks. So this is a frustrating time for me, and it's not a great place. I want to show a video of my drive to the church because I recorded it all. It was late at night, and it was so smoky. I was so frustrated with all that smoke. So I want to portray that aspect, 'cause people have questioned why I went to the church parking lot. I don't often go to church parking lots, but last night was especially bad, and I think this area is probably just generally bad. I smell smoke all over the place. I'm trying to avoid smoke and have an easy night, and it's just, I make the wrong choices sometimes.